If you watch my previous videos after we played against Real Volcano at home at Old Trafford and we drew 1-1, what was one of the first things I said in my match reaction? I said that we had work to do. No, that wasn't coming from a negative perspective. That was coming from an objective, constructive perspective that we needed to work on ourselves, nick a few more signings and then transition as the season goes forward. And that result today against Brighton at home confirmed that. Manchester United lost 2-1 to Brighton at home. No, we could say I was on my high horses, I was kind of on cloud nine a bit when I said that Manchester United would beat Brighton by 2 goals, so on. But in this case, it was reversed in Brighton's favor. So, yeah, I guess I have to probably go with a 3-1 loss next time, and it will be a 3-1 victory in Manchester United's favor this next time. But in the game itself, as I told you guys that I wasn't going to watch the all of the game, I watched most of the first half, but yeah, I watched partially of the second half before I went to play football. Matter of fact, I just came from a football match. Um, I'll say this, man, because when I saw the lineup, I was wondering. You have to. Yeah, one of the things is that when you're trying to look up like the lineup for Manchester United or any lineup for any side on Google or on different websites, they're going to give you excuse my French, a variation of formations. So one formation may be different, differ from another formation. And I saw 4-2-3-1 with Rashford up top, Bruno Fernandes as like I don't even know, man. Rashford was starting as a striker. Sancho, Bruno, and Ericsson with the McFred midfield, and Lisandro and let me talk about Lisandro Martinez for a second. Rightly so, there's a lot of Manchester United fans that are very skeptical of Lisandro Martinez cutting the cake not for Manchester United in the Premier League. I'm not saying that he's a bad defender, but given the physical prowess of the Premier League, the aggressiveness of the Premier League, getting, hoofed off the ball by 50-50s, losing 50-50 challenges, losing the ball, Lisandro is going to fight uphill battle until he kind of settles on. Because when I saw him in the game against Brighton today, there was a few times where he made a few missed challenges and he played like there was this time where he missed tackled and Welbeck got the ball in space, but knowing Welbeck, he's like Bambi on ice, and he lost his footing and lost possession of the ball. That could have been 1-0 right there. So there's another time where he was outmuscled by Welbeck and he fouled Welbeck, I think, and yeah, he got a yellow card. And there's a few other cases where he was in possession of the ball and he lost it when he was trying to pass it. Harry Maguire was out of possession, which led to us being caught out a few times. Let me just say this, because I've said this before, and I said it in my preview. Brighton is a pressing side. We cannot play a high line with Harry Maguire as our centre-back. I don't care if he's the captain or he's not the captain. The fact is, this brethren is not viable, he's not capable, he's not able to play as a high-line centre-back. He doesn't have the legs to do so. If you're playing low block, then he could put a shift in. But this dude should not be starting if we're playing a high line. Definitely when we're trying to press against Brighton. And here's the thing. Yes, we're playing at home. Yes, we're playing against Brighton, who is not a better, at least on paper, we have better players than Brighton. Let's be clear on that. But the fact is, Brighton outplayed us in the first half and even a good portion of the second half because we were pressing a pressing side. Manchester United is not used to the pressing style. Yes, we press sometimes on the Ralph Ragnick, but that's not our main MO. Manchester United, if you consider one half a season of pressing with one game and some games in the preseason of pressing against like 3 to 4 years of staying back, Manchester United is not fully conditioned to be pressing. This means Brighton has been conditioned to be pressing. So the reality is that when we tried to press Brighton, they played through us. They monopolized the space that we were given when we were pressing. And again, Harry Maguire, not that he's a full centre back pairing, but Harry Maguire should not be pressing or he should not be leaving space behind. Lisandro Martinez, as I've told you guys before, and I didn't even watch. I haven't watched this brethren when he was at Ajax, but I have enough sense to know that this brethren has spice in his tackling style. He's not a Lindelof, he's not a Rio Ferdinand, he's not like a calm composer of a tackler. He's an aggressive centre back. So the fact is, not trashing Lisandro Martins, but I'm saying from a constructive criticism standpoint that he needs to work on his game, and this is him being thrown into the deep end of the Premier League. So he's going to get used to it. His pot is going to get warmer. He's going to get used to it. But today we have a lot of work to do. I didn't even know that Alex Telles was on loan, went on loan to Sevilla, and I predicted that he would start today. Uh, Talk about behind the eighth ball, me being behind the eighth ball, right? But yes, we got a scrappy goal. First them say it was a foul. First them say it was an offside. First them say it was a handball. These three things, so they have to check VAR. But it was eventually given to Manchester United. Dalot nicked it in, but I think it was given as an away goal. Another thing, Trossard on the left hand side for Brighton was throwing us a new one because again, bro, him and Harry Maguire was getting at it, and a few times Harry Maguire was just losing him tackles, man. I mean, let me just say, we have a lot of work to do. Rashford should not be playing as a striker. This is not 2016, 20. This is not 20. This is not the second half of 2015, 2016, where Rashford came from the youth academy and played as a striker and he was scoring goals. This is not. This is a different type of Rashford. This is 2022, 2023 season. That's like 6 to 7 years ago. So Rashford is a different breed of a player right now. Is me. So he doesn't have that same instinct that he did have when he just came through with a high enthusiasm rate, his high passion, his hunger to go for the ball and score. That is developing, but as relates to positioning, he shouldn't be playing as a striker, Rashford. Is me. At best, play him on the left hand side. Bruno Fernandes, going back to the different formations where it might say it differs on different websites. In some formations, it might say that Bruno Fernandes was playing through the middle as a false nine, or Rashford was playing as a striker. So it's hard to say which. Well, I mean, if you were watching the heat map, or seeing the heat map, or watching the game itself, you would know who was higher, who was playing deep as it relates to Bruno or Christian Eriksen, or whether Rashford was playing wide or through the middle. The fact is that we didn't have whether it's Bruno or Rashford playing up top, we didn't have a presence up top. And if Ronaldo leaves because the transfer season is not finished as yet, we need a striker with presence. We need a striker that has a high degree of physical dominance. We need a striker that can assert himself in the box. Rashford and Bruno, again, not because they can score goals, bro, does means they can play as in the striker position. Because they have to be conditioned in the way how a striker moves. Isn't it? So, I mean, it's early days for me to say, but I'm just giving my thoughts, my reactionary thoughts right now based on the game that I saw. Manchester United has a lot of work to do, and I've said that after the game against Real Volcano at home. It's our first loss. This is our first loss to kickstart the season since 2020, 2021, when Danny van de Beek came on versus Crystal Palace away, not away from home, at home against Crystal Palace and got a goal on his debut. And he didn't come on today and score a goal. But yeah, Manchester United, we have a lot of work to do. Leave your comments down below in the comment section. Yes, we lost today 2-1 to Brighton. Can't underestimate Brighton. We have to give Mr. Potter his flowers, isn't it? Yeah, we have to give him his flowers, what he's doing with all those Brighton players. Given that they have lost a couple of players, probably Basuna or something like that to Tottenham, and they have lost probably a few more players. They have decent players, isn't it? But they're working as a system, they're working as a unit. And that is why they beat us today, because they were playing as a unit. They were not an individual team. And yes, Eric Ten Hag is trying to implement his style into making us a unit that plays, that knows when to go forward, when to release the ball, when to be in possession, and when to take the shot, and all of those type of stuff. So that's going to be worked on as the season progresses. But right now, we should see this as a learning lesson, not just as a loss, but a learning lesson to be moving forward so that we can do well. Because again, bro, I'm very skeptical of Lissandro's success as a centre back. Now, if he was playing as a defense midfielder, like a Gary Medel type of defense midfielder, is with that spice just cleaning up, just being like a 9 gallon in that midfield, I wouldn't have no problem with that. But the fact is that he'll be playing as a centre back. That's what we signed him for. And I'm telling you, bro, we can't be using this brethren against physical sides. We can't be using this brethren as a physical side. If we want to add spice, we need to play Eric Bailly to substitute for Lisandro Martinez. Eric Bailly has the balance. He has height, he has pace, and he has speed, and he's aggressive. Lisandro is aggressive as a centre back, but he's short and he's going to get out muscle. The fact is that he's going to get out muscle. You see me? So yeah, that's something we need to work on. The midfield with Fred and McTominay wasn't that sparkling. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on today's game. And leave your comments down below in the comment section, like and subscribe to the channel. I'm out.